Hello and welcome to another edition of Arcades Across America on the JBS Show channel. And I am here with my friend Co from the Quarter Drop Arcade. How are you, Co?
Hello, Jamie. Always a pleasure being here. I love these episodes where you and I can just chat and catch up, and I always enjoy talking with you.
Yeah, I like these too. Sometimes, we're trying to do at least one Arcades Across America a month, but sometimes you do a couple in a month and you spread them out or whatever we're going to do here. It's interesting because I am on vacation from June 15th to July 4th.
Okay. That's a long spread.
I'm going to be on the bottom of the Grand Canyon, whitewater rafting and camping the entire Grand Canyon, dude.
How adventurous.
This will be my third time to the canyon. My first time was a 8-day whitewater raft camp.
Wow.
But I have always wanted to do the entire 15 days.
Okay. Yeah. That's pretty cool.
So I booked this a year and a half in advance, paid for it a year. Wow. It could have cost me, I could have bought a pinball machine, but anyway.
Oh my gosh.
For me and my wife, not just for me. But
oh, yeah, of course. Well, I've also is a life experience, so worth it.
Well, last time I was at the Grand Canyon was about 3 years ago. I walked down South Kaibab to Phantom Ranch, and we stayed at Phantom Ranch, which is a ranch in the bottom of the Grand Canyon.
Yeah.
This is a pinball conversation. Don't worry. Just relax, people. Just give me a second, right? Yes. I'm telling Co's story. And we haven't had time to catch up today.
This is where Jamie and I chat the most.
This is where we do. This is where we chat.
Yeah.
So I'm going to be out of pocket for 15 days on the bottom of the Grand Canyon anyway.
Okay.
And I need to put some content out. So maybe this won't go till June. I don't know. No, but I'm going to be trying to record a bunch in June so that I can space them out while I'm gone.
That makes sense. That's smart. Yeah, because that's for you. That's a long time. You're always putting out that content.
Yeah, I try to put out something every 2 weeks, but it's interesting because now I've got the Pinball Roundtable with Kale Hernandez and my good friend Retro Ralph,
which I love listening to.
They're both my very good friends. I love them.
You guys are great together.
I love those two clowns. And
it was like, what was it? The clown on the left, and you said
Joker
something.
to the Joker to the left, clown on the right, or clown on the left, Joker to the right. Here I am.
Yeah, exactly.
And absolutely, I love those guys. But then I also have an interview show that I do occasionally, and I've got Arcades Across America. So. Wow. A little busy on the podcasting front.
Well, and you do have a 9-to-5 job, too.
I do, and it's very busy. So, the content creation. That's why I'm at my house. I'm not at a place doing anything on location, and so here
it's hard. I've noticed since I opened the arcade, it's because I love making the content as well. I always putting out content. But it is a challenge for sure. I have to come in considerably early in the morning to film and edit my video before, because I can't. It's so busy in here. I can't edit video during the day. There's just people are just coming out. There's constantly something. So I have to have like a block every day before I'm even open, and then I stay after I'm closed as well. So it definitely is. It's a challenge, but it's fun, and I want to stay connected to the online world, and everyone's so amazingly supportive.
So let's talk about that, about your connection, because obviously if you're not following Co on Instagram, TikTok,
YouTube,
and your YouTube shorts, that's where I'm starting to see you more on the short side.
Okay.
I don't go on Instagram as much as I was before, but I really like the shorts.
Yeah.
I'm into the shorts lately. I don't know.
Well, it's nice because you can stay connected with a content creator, but not have that huge time commitment, which we just talked about. We're both, lacking in that ability to have large amounts of free time. But you can still be like, oh, okay, I can see what's going on with the JBS show, or I can see what's going on with Quarter Drop Arcade, and it's only going to take me a minute. And
no, I like them. I've been on YouTube a lot more lately, and I've made a decision when it comes to streaming
Okay.
So this is some
Let's hear
cool
it.
news that we could talk about.
Breaking news.
Yeah, so I'm itching to get back streaming, right?
Yeah.
I love podcasting, but I love being live and calling a game and playing and talking to chat and that sort of thing. I miss the hell out of it, Co.
And we miss you.
So I have been poor Ralph. Okay, I talk to this dude almost every other day, and I'm picking his brain on a mobile rig. I really want something mobile.
Yeah.
Right. I've been bugging Tom Graff. I've been bugging the hell out of Carl D'Angelo at IE Pinball. I'm bugging these guys because I want something where I could fit it in, fit in a backpack, and come in to like Eureka Heights, which is our local place that I've been hanging out a lot, and set it up, stream Dungeons and Dragons for 2 hours, have some fun, but then also stream a Tuesday night league somewhere.
Yeah.
And make a very mobile streaming pinball solution. So,
Okay.
I found something.
Interesting.
I have something here.
Oh, this is the toy.
This is the toy. So when me and Co talk, we won't really catch up prior to our starting record because we want to save it for the podcast.
Yeah.
Don't drop it, Jamie. This is the YOLO Box Extreme.
Oh, I've seen those. Doesn't Ralph have one of those?
He sure as hell did, and
I remember this
should,
video.
He should get commissions, dude.
Yeah, Ralph,
Because-
you almost got me to spend money on that thing.
Well,
I
I got
almost
one.
did.
I got one used at. Shout out to B&H Photo or B&G
B&H
Photo.
Photo, yeah.
B&H Photo. Not a sponsor of the show, but they had an open box for like $300 off. So.
Oh, that's great.
Hey, right?
Yeah.
And I know Carl D'Angelo bought the other open box one. But
Wow.
look at the inputs of this thing.
Yeah. Yeah, that's pretty
Okay?
amazing. Yeah.
So it is. Anyway, YOLO Box Extreme.
Now, okay, that's great, but the question is the actual rig. How are you going to make that? Because I have a rig that theoretically is portable, right? It has a mini PC on it, everything. But the actual
You went mini
rig,
PC.
Yeah, I went mini PC. And it
Okay.
works like a charm. It's just mounted right onto the rig, plenty powerful enough to stream pinball.
Sure.
But the question is the actual rig, to make it where you're breaking it down and reassembling it and not being an absolute nightmare. every
Well,
time.
yeah, this is the
That's-
rub.
that's
So
the-
I have
yeah.
a group of engineers working,
Okay.
literally engineers,
I believe it.
working to help me fix this and to
Okay.
come up with something that's foldable, easy to port. Now,
Okay.
when I'm streaming TPF, Texas
Yeah.
Pinball Festival, or the Space City Open, those are my two big tournaments that I stream. I'm going to bring the old faithful
Yeah.
8020.net fabricated thing that I built.
Yeah.
Okay? No problem.
How are you going to transport it? Just in a pickup truck or?
Well, those I have to use a pickup truck because they're so damn big.
Yeah.
All right. But I can break those down too. But anyway, those that setting up for the Space City Open, ladies and gentlemen, you're talking 4 hours to 5 hours of Jamie getting it from one place to another. It's a nightmare.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean,
But what
pinball
I
rigs-
want is like, all right, you know what? I'm going to Eureka tonight, and I'm going to go stream Evil Dead and just fool around.
Yeah.
I
Which is-
need that capability, and
Absolutely.
the YOLO box, I think, is an absolute game changer to
Okay.
the point where I'm going to be able to do even tournaments from the YOLO box.
Wow. I can't wait to see it.
And it's 4K.
Ooh. 4K. 60 frames per second, 4K?
Oh, don't get me lying. I don't know yet.
Okay. Because that's with pinball, you don't want those tracers behind.
No tracers. I know the difference between the Ultra and the Extreme is significant price-wise, but
Okay.
it also is significant quality-wise because you can't stream 4K and it's 30 frames per second on the Ultra, and you
Okay.
just can't stream pinball on
Yeah.
30 frames.
No. I tried it when I first started. I was
Oh,
like,
me too.
Yeah. I was like, I don't want to buy a ZV-1 for the stupid playfield cam. I'll just get something that's nice. No.
Me too.
It doesn't cut it. You got
Yeah, I've been there, done that. I've been there, done
just do
that.
the ZV-1 or whatever, or something, a Sony
Yeah.
something. Yeah.
I bought out all the used ZV-1s
Yeah.
on Amazon, dude.
Yeah. Yeah.
I really did. So.
I believe it. Yeah, they work and they look good.
So there's a streaming update for you. If you're watching, do me a favor. I had to change channels. You know the story. I left the wormhole, and I need help on the YouTube side. So click that subscribe.
Yeah.
Take a minute, man, because I went
Totally.
from 4,000 to 350.
It
hurts feelings.
God, I hope I subbed to you on YouTube. I'm sure I did.
Come on, Co.
If not, I
Killing
will
me, Smalls.
remedy that.
No worries. No, people don't do it.
Well, it's just one of those things that if you're not like, you just have to immediately do it. Like after this podcast, I will check to make sure I did it. But how many people are going to immediately do that step? It's it's a tough transition.
That's why every podcaster says do it every time. They have to constantly remind people because they're just not going to do it. I mean, you look at Retro Ralph's page, and he has 60,000 on his other page, and he has a Retro Ralph Live page where he's like, "Come on over," and he's got like 4,000 there. So
it's a tough transition. Yeah,
and
he's posting a lot on that live.
Yeah, he does. So they just don't do it. It's fine. Yeah. It's fine. No worries.
Well, if you're already at what did you say, 5 something?
Well, I was at 4,000 at the Wormhole channel, but now I'm at 350.
Okay. Well, I mean that's pretty quick growth already.
Yeah. No passing out. I'm not upset with it, but let me ask you this.
Okay.
Let's talk about Twitch versus YouTube real quick.
Ooh, good one.
I'm going 100% YouTube.
Yeah.
And I'll tell you two things why.
Okay.
I think Twitch is dying.
I was just having this conversation with a friend of mine. This is funny. Okay. Yes.
Okay. And I think it's difficult to build two audiences. And since I'm building again anyway, right? I might as well start from scratch and not even touch the Twitch side and just do nothing but YouTube. Also, with the YOLO box, it's just easier.
Yeah.
I literally press record, chat comes up, I'm ready to go.
Mm-hmm. I think that's the right move, Jamie. Twitch. So I have good information on this because I've been streaming from the arcade on Twitch.
Mm-hmm.
And in my mind, because I'm not doing it anymore, but when I first 3 months, I was streaming every day, just from the arcade, a day in the life of the arcade. And in my mind, I thought that was going to be something that people would really respond to, and it would get lots of views, and it would be a win-win because you're hanging out at an arcade, a retro arcade, and what's not to like, right? Mm-hmm. But I don't know if it's a Twitch is dead thing. I don't know if it's the way I presented it. I don't know what it is. But there were really not that many people watched it.
Unless you're, let's say, I call them the established networks of pinball streaming, right? You look at JDL, IE Pinball, and Fox Cities. Those are the three that do a tremendous amount of Twitch streaming for tournaments.
And they have that built-in audience.
They can't leave.
Yeah.
Right? I think they're stuck there. Mm-hmm. But then you've got a flipping out pinball.
Yeah.
Where they've made the complete transition to YouTube, and it's gone extremely well for them.
And I've been thinking about this a lot because Twitch is the only social network thing I do that is wildly underperforming compared to everything else. And it takes, as you know, streaming pinball takes a lot of money, time, effort. Oh. And I'm still streaming. Yeah. I stream with the team. We have a home team here at the Quarter Drop, and we every Thursday tonight we get together and we stream pinball. And that's fine. There might be a dozen people watching. There might be 15 people watching or something like that. But still, when you if I went and put that on YouTube, I know that it would be substantially more than that.
You just don't want to upset the subscribers that have already, because when we say subscriber to YouTube, that's free.
Yeah.
When you subscribe on Twitch, it's a monthly fee that you're, okay. Now, the cool thing is that you can use your Amazon Prime account, but no one's going to,
Yeah, and that's kind of what's kept me, because I have subscribers that have been subscribed to me over 40 months now.
You don't want to hurt their feelings. I know.
So
what if you simulcasted it?
Yeah, I mean, but that seems like everyone that I've talked to that's done that always says it's kind of a pain in the butt and it's not
Oh,
real.
it's a pain in the ass.
Yeah, so it's
Oh,
like I
oh.
don't know. The Twitch thing is like everything else, like all the shorts and the content I do, I have it down and I do my thing and it's just that's that's the way it is. The Twitch side of things, I'm constantly going, what do I need to be doing here for it
I,
to work? Is it me or is it a Twitch thing? And you know what I mean? And a
I
lot of
just
people
think
say, well,
the audience on Twitch is smaller than the audience
these other
on YouTube,
platforms. Yeah. Well,
predominantly.
and also there's a big component of you have to on Twitch you have to have the time to network with other creators and
Yeah.
collaborate, and that's awesome. And I do like to do that, but I don't really have a lot of free time to do that and to be hanging out in their streams for long periods of time, and to be all that stuff that goes along with networking on Twitch. It's hard to find the hours in the day. So
Yeah, I'm going to reach out to Flipside from Memphis and some other guys and see what they're doing.
yeah,
Hot Nudge and see what they want to do. But I just out of curiosity.
yeah,
But I'm
yeah.
pretty much making the move completely to YouTube, and I'm not
Cool.
going to be creating
I think that's smart. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
excited about it.
Yeah. And like you said,
Um,
it's the JBS show's new, so might as well start from scratch on a new
yeah,
platform. And yeah, heck yeah.
I'm not new, but the show is.
Well, yeah, that's what I mean.
Yeah, I'm just
Yeah.
joking with you. Let's
Wait, have you been doing this?
a
Where
little
can we
bit,
find you, Jamie?
a little bit. Uh, we I want to talk to you guys, particularly you and listeners. If any content creators are out there, I'm going to give a shout out to Colin Alsheimer because I was talking to you about this,
Yeah.
and you need to join. If you're on Discord, ladies and gentlemen, there's multiple Discord channels that you need to join, but one in particular is the Content Creators Discord channel for content creators. And it's really a good forum, if you will, for all of us to throw ideas out there. Jeff from Dirty Pinball just joined. It's Colin from the Kineticist and Rob from Electric Playground. It's really their brainchild. And then on Thursdays, I was on, before I got on with you, they have a power hour every Thursday from noon CST PM
Okay. Mm-hmm.
till 1. And you come and go as you please. And it's just a litany of topics for the week. And it's just a bunch of content creators throwing ideas out to each other.
Cool. I love that.
And it's really fantastic. It's really great. Joe from the Degenerates is on a bunch of great, becoming my friends.
Yeah.
And we've really enjoyed that channel. Mike from Long Island Pinball Society. There's so many that we usually get 8 to 10 people just chatting on a Thursday.
Cool.
I try
How
to
fun is
do
that?
every. It is. It's so fun.
Yeah. Well, and also everyone has their own expertise in the world of content creation that they could, something that someone else might not be thinking about.
Yeah, and different personalities and different perspectives and different
Yeah.
ideas of what they're trying to do. Like Jeff from Dirty Pinball, he's really starting to do a lot more content, but also on the podcast side. So,
Yeah.
shout out to him, and I hope he does well
Yeah.
on that. So, anyway, reach out to Colin Alsheimer. I am
Okay.
him, and any content creator that's out there that wants to be a part of this Discord channel, join us. It's fun.
Yeah, I'd love to join. I will.
All right.
Yeah.
So let's talk about the quarter drop. You're pretty busy over there, man.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, it's been great. It continues to be, especially on Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. That's where the majority of the revenue, the traffic, all comes to the quarter drop. It's a lot of birthday parties. That's been huge. Private rentals has been good. On Mondays and Tuesdays, those are my days off, but I have it set up where you can rent out the entire arcade. And,
Smart.
Yeah, and that's it's. I have to come in on my day off, but I have it set. I make enough money to make it worth it. So
Well, sure. I'm sure
yeah.
the ROI there is
Yeah, it
above
makes sense.
opportunity
And
cost,
that's been
if you will.
that's been really good. Yeah, and of course, the ticket game, SpongeBob, Winner's Wheel, always crushing it at the quarter drop. Do people play the classics? Not really. People always say, "Oh, I love you have to have this, you have to have that." And they come in, they put one.
They
quarter
want
in.
those for nostalgia.
Yes, and they
sake,
want to play them once and enjoy it.
but it
and
might
then
not
they-
get a second quarter, right?
Yeah, yeah. Now, it usually doesn't. I have to have them here because it's part of the mix. I've always said from the beginning, it's like a true, authentic arcade experience is about that mix. You have the classics, you have the racers, the shooters, you have the pinball, you have the redemption games, the claw machines, the ice ball or skee ball. It's all together that creates that arcade experience. It's not just one thing or another. That's why you have a lot of these modern arcades are nothing but claw machines. No,
Right.
that's awful. Or or you might have. There's a lot of arcades that are just pinball, and I get that as someone that is obsessed with pinball.
Sure.
I get that, but I really wanted to have that mix. Now, one thing I am really pleasantly surprised by is already the pinball community that I've started to grow here in Cottage Grove. When I see someone come in and I see them a couple times and they're playing pinball and they come back and they play pinball, that's when I take the opportunity to go up there and plant that little seed about pinball. It's like, hey,
That's when you pounce.
yes, pinball, there's so much here that can unlock. And it's not just hitting the ball, it's progressing through this game, and the code is incredibly deep. And there's all these missions, and you may play it for 2 years and not even
smell it.
And they're like, what? They're like, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
And then they come in the next day and the next day.
Don't
And
you
then
call that the aha moment?
Yes.
Okay, of
Yeah.
pinball, and I think that's what gets a lot of us,
Yeah.
Co.
Yeah.
And having an advocate like yourself that can walk over to him and go, it's not
Yeah.
just about keeping the ball alive.
No, exactly. And that's probably the greatest joy I get out of operating an arcade because, like you, like a lot of people listening, we love pinball.
Yeah.
So to be able to share that with people, and it's not even just like, oh, I'm going to get them to come in and spend their quarter. It's not even about that. It's about like building community around the love for pinball and being like, oh, hey, so and so, I'm not gonna name names, but regular, hey Joe, thanks for coming in again. How you doing on Godzilla today? Or how's Attack from Mars going? Oh, I just broke my high score, and it's about hearing all this stuff. And I made it to Terror of Mecha Godzilla tonight. I can't believe it. And it's really cool. And a lot of people are getting hooked on pinball here in Cottage Grove.
Way to go.
And especially at nighttime, like, during the day, the kids will all be having fun with the ticket games and stuff. Then all of a sudden, those last few hours of the arcade, the only people in the arcade will be the entire pinball zone has a person behind every machine.
A couple of questions on the pinball side.
Yeah.
First of all, let's talk about, since I haven't spoken with you, about your relationship with Flipping Out.
Yes.
You want to talk about
pinball. Absolutely. So I have been using Flippin' Out Pinball as my distributor since the beginning. That's where I bought all my pinball machines because I watch Straight Down the Middle. I watch Flippin' Out on YouTube. I have for a very long time. I love what Zach and Nicole Minnie are doing over there with Flippin' Out. So when I started making content, one of my goals was like, who am I, long-term goal, who would I really like to partner up with and have as a brand partner for the quarter drop? And number one was Flippin' Out Pinball. And I waited over a year to even reach out to them because I wanted to make sure I offered value to them where it could be a true partnership. And about a month ago, I reached out and said, hey guys, would you like to work out something where I, give you shout outs and make content and spread the awareness of Flipping Out, and you guys send me, hook me up with a good deal on the latest Sterns, and I just always have the newest Stern in the quarter drop as soon as possible, and they were totally on board. They loved the idea, and they've been so great to work with. And yeah, so now at the quarter drop, I will have every new Stern as soon as possible. The Stern Pro, as soon as it's off the line, they'll ship it here to the quarter drop, and I'll just have a rotating spot in the arcade where every new Stern will be here. And I'm very thankful, and it's been a lot of fun working with Flipping Out.
Well, congratulations. If
Thank
you
you.
build it, they will come, and you've done a great job. So way to go.
Appreciate that.
Are you a Stern Army location?
I am an official Stern location. I don't know. Does Stern Army, does that require an extra step that I'm not?
You should reach out to
Yeah.
a gentleman named Michael Grant
Okay.
at Stern,
Okay.
and mostly for your tournaments and Stern Army,
Yeah.
and you would put a TV up for Insider Connected.
Okay, so I think I
scores.
am a Stern Army location. 'Cause
Okay, good.
I went through I phone call, the interview, set up the TV with the whole thing,
Then you're good to
verified
go.
location. I'm gonna be doing launch parties, of course, with the.
Mm-hmm.
Hopefully, Stern can send me some swag for those launch parties. That would be good.
They do. They
Yeah.
do. They send a bunch of swag, and they send a bunch of translights, and they
People are
send a
gonna
bunch
love
of. They do love it, and we use something at Eureka Heights. John and Taylor used something that I ripped off from San Diego. It's called the Wheel of Names.
Okay.
And you just take all the tournament players, put it in the wheel of names, and you click this wheel that goes up on the screen, and it's awesome. And then it ends, and then all of a sudden, Bob from Topeka wins
Oh.
a new Stranger Things translate, and that's just so fun. Everyone just sits there watching as this
Oh, okay. That's
as this
interesting.
Wheel of Fortune type
Yeah,
of
I like that. I've
thing.
seen stuff like that. I have a little raffle box, and people put the.
Oh, you could whatever you want.
Yeah,
But the Wheel of Names
I
is
like
pretty
the,
cool.
I
I
just
ripped
throw it on this TV and.
You just throw it on the TV.
Yeah,
you
yeah.
just take all the names from match play and you put them
Yeah.
right on over, and it takes you 2 seconds, and you don't have to do anything.
Yeah, I'm lucky. I have a really good tournament director that helps us out with tournaments here at the Quarter Drop, Dan, and he's been running tournaments for a long time. And it's nice not to have to worry about like rulings and the IFBA
Yeah, you don't want
stuff.
to deal with that. That's not you, right? Because
No, I just-
you're the proprietor, and you don't want someone being pissed off because you told them they got
yeah.
DQ'd, right?
Yeah.
So that
Nor
needs to
do I
stay
feel
out
like
of your
I'm-
privy.
Like, I know enough about pinball, but do I feel like I'm qualified to make tournament rulings? Not really.
I'm barely qualified to do
Yeah.
this. To be honest with you.
Yeah,
So.
I'm sure I could fumble through it, but I don't want to.
Sure. But why?
Yeah, yeah.
Why? Why deal with that? Outsource, my friend.
Yes.
Outsource as much as you can.
I made a video on this recently. It takes a village was the title of the
Yes.
video, and it's true. It's like, because I have that personality where I'm like, okay, I got this, I can do it. But it's not. This is not a solo endeavor. Running an arcade it is a community effort, and it has been from the beginning. It's taken many people in many walks of life to make the Quarter Drop what it is. And I think of all the people that surround the arcade that help, and that are these incredible people and these talented people, and just want to help the arcade in however they can. And it's like, wow, it takes that. It really
Yeah,
does.
it really does. And again, consistent congratulations for what you're doing. So, talk to me about your pinball lineup then. What are we rocking at the Quarter Drop right now?
Right now.
And when Kong comes in, what's leaving?
Ooh, okay. Well, this is controversial.
Wow.
Godzilla Premium, Jaws Pro, Mandalorian Premium, Cactus Canyon, Attack from Mars, Elvira and the Party Monsters, and Alien Ripley Edition is the lineup.
Okay.
Kong
Can
will
I-
be here.
In
Soon.
a couple of weeks. So,
Yeah.
Can I guess what's leaving?
Yeah, guess what's leaving?
Elvira.
No, not Elvira. Elvira just came in fairly recently.
Okay.
So the regulars are still enamored of Elvira. If I got rid of Elvira now, they
So
would,
Party Monsters is still staying. It's staying.
yeah.
Okay, Mandalorian's leaving.
Mandalorian came in for Star Wars Day. Now that would be my choice, but Mandalorian is a Pride vending machine. I don't own Mandalorian,
Oh, okay.
so it has to be a machine I own. So unfortunately, Jaws Pro is going
Really?
in the garage. Yeah, because I can't. It's right next to Godzilla. I want Kong to be next to Godzilla.
Right.
Yeah, and it has to be a machine I own. And I'm not getting rid of Alien Ripley Edition because it's in the Alien room.
Okay.
And I'm not getting
so you're
rid of Attack
vested
from,
in that room.
Yeah, I'm not getting rid of Attack from Mars because it's next to Attack from Mars animatronic and people love it and it earns really well.
So
that-
Jaws. Wow.
Jaws, I know, it's tragic. Now I could theoretically put Kong in the middle aisle behind Burger Time, but then it gets a little tight right there.
Okay.
So, as much as it pains me, because Jaws has so much flow and I love playing it, and it does do well in the arcade. It's kind of my only real choice. Yeah,
Controversial, and I know
I
people
know.
are going to be bummed for you to get Jaws, which is an earner.
Okay, but I could drop some news on you here.
Please.
What I may be doing now. Don't hold me to this, people. But this is
Okay.
I own the building that the quarter drops in. It's a historic building. It's 114 years old. It's very tall. It's a very tall building. Above the ceiling, right here, you can see the ceiling. There's nothing for like 20 feet of empty space. Plenty of room to put in floor number 2. Yeah, to put in a second floor, and who knows, that could be in the future for the quarter drop arcade. 2 floors, and then I would have more room for pinball machines.
Wow.
Yeah.
That would be fantastic. And I know that Flippin' Out sells a what is it? What's the Stairmaster? The
Escalara? Yes,
Escalara.
which I will be buying from
I
Zach
think
and
you
Nicole
will
Media,
be
Flipping Out
buying.
Pinball. Yes,
I can
I will
see
have
that
to.
purchase in your future.
Must buy it, because moving pinball machines and arcade cabinets up and down a staircase that
Forget
probably
it.
is not a very large staircase either, because it has to fit in the back.
Oh, it's
room
going to be
there.
tight, yeah.
It's going to be tight, so that will be a must. Now I still have to have contractors come out and do the whole thing, and how much it's going to cost.
It's going to take
and I
forever.
just dropped a huge amount of money on this, so it's going to be, down the road. But it makes sense.
Long-term plans are
Yeah.
exciting, man. That's exciting.
Yeah, it is exciting, and it makes sense just from an economic standpoint, because I would be adding so much value to the building by doubling the square footage. The selfish side of me is like, yeah, more pinball machines, more arcade cabinets, but the practical side of it is actually, there's an argument to be made that it would make more sense to do it than not do it. Yeah.
Well, congratulations again, and I hope this happens. I hope you get through permitting. I hope you can get a good contractor and it doesn't cost you a fortune, and I hope you can make that happen in the years to come. That's fantastic.
Thank you. Yeah, I'm excited.
Kong is coming, so that's awesome. And then what? Are you gonna? Can we talk about Harry Potter?
Sure, let's do it.
Are you thinking about getting one?
No.
No, that was pretty lukewarm.
I don't. I'm past. I miss the Harry Potter thing.
Okay.
So I'm not. It's the theme that does nothing for me at all. I just have zero interest in it, and it's not all about me. I do have to think about machines that. What are people going to want to play? And what are other than myself? That's something I've done. That's why I have SpongeBob and Winner's Wheel, which I could care less about. But
Sure.
people love them. But and I'm interested in the fact that they're doing the $10,000 arcade edition. That's a big step in the right direction, because I'm certainly not going to spend $15,000 on a machine for the quarter drop. It just wouldn't make financial sense.
No, the ROI is just not there on a
It's not there.
$15,000 machine.
Yeah, it just
right?
doesn't make. Yeah, I'm kind of the Stern Pros really make the most sense for the quarter drop. If I
Totally.
if I was in a big city and I was a bar, I could probably go premium, maybe LE, but even that's tough.
No, you wouldn't go
Yeah.
LE. You
Yeah,
would go premium, and then
Premium.
you would mod it out maybe if
Yeah.
you wanted to. But I've seen the Stern Pro model work here in Houston. I've seen
Yeah.
it, but there's also we have an arcade in Houston that he only buys LEs
Yeah, there's a place not too far away
called Einstein's.
that
Yeah,
they buy LEs, but they're a bar. They
He's
have
a bar.
They have 50-cent pinball because they don't need to charge $1 because they have a bar.
because he's making money on his bar.
And they're in the city. So it's a big difference from us. This is a hometown, small town, no liquor. All the money is from coin drops and parties. So it just pulling off a new Stern Pro every 3-4 months. That's
costly.
About,
That's costly as well, right? And
Yeah.
you have to sit back and go. Space is an issue for arcade owners. Okay, not just you. It's an issue for every one of my friends that I interview on me and you both interview on this show. And you really have to do a T-chart
Yeah.
and what's going to come in and what's going to leave. Is
Yeah.
Kong going to outsell whatever that's
Jaws.
leaving? Jaws, and I don't know. Jaws is a banger. So
It's a banger. It's a license. A lot of people come in and that don't play pinball, and they go, Jaws?
I know.
I know Jaws.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And so that's just a tough decision. But
Yeah.
you know, you got like my friends at Eureka Heights, John and Taylor. I talk about them a lot because I'm there all the damn time, and you know, they have space for maybe Kong and one more, right? And
Okay.
they might have money for a Dune or a Harry Potter. What should they choose?
Yeah. It's tough. And you have to
Right?
weigh what do you want versus what do the people want.
Well, they have a tough time with that, right?
Yeah.
Because it's like
Yeah.
their own
Playground.
room that they've built in the playground. But
Yeah, I can relate.
you know,
Yeah.
I hope they get a Dune, only
Yeah.
because I want to play it a lot more, and I love everyone over
Yeah.
at Barrels, so
Yeah.
I'm a Barrels shill, and I would love it for
it's great.
to be in Houston, but you know, they need to do their own ROI assessment and
Yeah.
what they can and can't make.
And they did raise the price on Dune. It's how much? 11.5.
11.
I mean, you're getting a lot of
yeah.
machine for 11.6, but you know
Yeah.
these are the things I think because you know, $7,000 for a Stern Pro, 11.6. You get more pinball machine obviously, but Dune.
But
versus,
is that ROI there as an arcade owner? I don't know.
It's
Okay.
tough. Yeah.
It's tough to
Yeah,
determine.
pinball is not like I'm glad I don't just have pinball. That would be tough, and I'm certainly glad I don't just have classics. The quarter drop would be out of business if I just had classics.
Yeah, there's only so much
yeah.
I'm going to come in
Yeah.
and because you're quarter drop and you're not $15 at the door,
Yes.
right?
Yeah.
I'll put a couple of bucks into Miss Pac-Man, but not that much.
Well, and it's interesting because a lot of arcade operators reached out before I was open, and they were adamant that you can't do quarters, you have to do free play. And now that I'm open, I see what they were talking about because these guys, now that I look back at it, and a lot of really like great, supportive, wonderful arcades, a few of which I would love to have on this show. They have nothing but classics, right? So their arcade is filled with these classic machines that we all love, but they don't make any money. So yeah, free play model, get them at the door, they pay their $15-$20.
Right.
That's the only way that works. If they were on quarter
because
drop,
there's only so many times you can pick up the human being and Defender and get real excited about it, right?
Yeah,
I
and
mean,
also
the first time
how
you
much
do
are
it
you
after
charging
20
for
years.
it?
No, you can't.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
I just had on the guys from the Game Preserve, and they are a daily fee, but their machines get banged more than they are on quarters. I keep going to teach.
Well,
right?
yeah,
It's like my
I
word
know.
of the day today. But you got to build your when
Yeah.
you're deciding, am I quarter drop, am I token?
Yeah.
You know,
what kind of arcade are you?
What kind of
What kind of machines are you going to have? And I've been people reach out all the time. They want to know these things because they watch the journey. And I've got several guys that are opening arcades right now that I've been helping for free, not consulting for pay or anything, just helping them out. And
missed opportunity there, Co.
well, I know, but you know,
I'm just kidding.
these guys,
I'm
they
just
reach.
kidding.
I know you are.
We
But they
did
reach
it-
out and they're, you know, like, oh, I bought a building on Main Street in Wisconsin, and my dream is yours to open an arcade. I'm like, okay, and they're like, I'm just gonna have classics. I'm like, oh, okay.
Okay. Well,
I'm like-
obviously you don't want to make money.
And then I said,
This
okay,
is
just so
obviously
you know.
a passion
Yeah.
project of
Yeah.
yours, and if
Yeah.
passion project includes
Yeah.
losing money, then that's a great move.
I thank the lucky stars every day that I created the redemption side of the arcade, despite me not being really enthusiastic about those machines.
I remember that first podcast, which was such a great podcast that we did with Rachel and Kale Animoto, right?
Yeah, it was Rachel. Who was,
And Rachel was really telling you about the redemption machines,
Yeah.
and
well, and I kind of had that, like, that definitely reinforced it. But I kind of knew that, okay, people always conventionally say redemption machines are the ones that make money. That's why no one does classic arcades. But I didn't realize that it was to the extent that it is.
really.
Yeah, I mean, it's not even in the same stratosphere. And that includes pinball. It's not even close. Ice ball outperforms pinball. The best earning pinball machine doesn't come close to ice ball machine. Think about that. That's
What's an ice ball machine?
skee ball. It's a
Oh, okay.
yeah,
You just call
yeah.
it skee ball.
Well,
Okay.
there's skee ball and there's ice ball. It's a clone from the '90s of skee ball. It's the same thing though. It's skee ball.
I suck so badly at skee ball,
Do you?
right? Because I'm always going for the 100,000 in the upper left, and it's such a
yeah,
jerk.
yeah.
It's just embarrassing. I
I
can't.
know. I'm not good
and-
at it either.
I'm terrible at it.
People come in and they bank it off the side rail
I've seen those
into
people.
that corner shot.
It's massively impressive.
Oh my god! And then I have it on the leaderboard, ice ball. So there's people that come in here and they get serious about it, but also it's
Do you
like,
really? That's
Yeah.
smart.
yeah, it's one of the, you can always tell what games are most popular by, is the leaderboard completely full, and ice ball is more than
Did
full.
you create like an Excel spreadsheet and make it look really nice on like a PowerPoint or something?
It's a software called iScored, and
Okay.
it's like a $20 for like a lifetime license. And if you have any interest in a leaderboard for anything, video game or pinball related, I can't recommend it enough. Not a sponsor, just a great piece of software that it could not be easier. And then I basically project that URL of my iScored leaderboard to the TV, and it's just always up. And
That's
all you have to
really-
do is scan a QR code, enter your score, boom, and you're on the leaderboard. People
And-
love it.
And then you have your Stern Insider Connect leaderboard.
That's
as well.
over in the
That's
pinball
over
side.
in the
Yeah.
pinball side.
Yeah, so I have both, and that's it's like all these little pieces of puzzle that come together that are important. Leaderboards, the mix, pinball that is maintained. That's a huge one. If you want to do
Yes.
pinball in your arcade, I am telling you right now. First of all, you have to have a passion for it and know how the machines are supposed to be set up and maintained. If your machines are not set up properly and not maintained, not only will they go in total disrepair, but people won't come out to play them. And I'm not going to name names, but there are some arcades
Yeah.
that have pinball, and you go there, and I go there because I'm like, oh, they just got a funhouse, a Pedretti funhouse or whatever it is.
Okay.
I'm like, oh, why is it flat? There's no pitch to it at all.
Right.
And the right slingshot has no rubber on it, and the switches are in the playfield bent over. Why is this like this? And they're filthy. I'm like, how does this happen? It's you can't do that. You have to stay on top of it.
Yeah, because they get banged on.
They get banged
And, you know, like, here's a good example. I was out in the wild playing someone else's D&D
Okay.
recently. And D&D has to be dialed in.
It does.
Any Stern has to be dialed in. Any pinball machine
pinball
has to be
machine.
dialed in. But this one in particular, for example, ladies and gentlemen, if you've got the shield up, I don't know if you've played a lot of D&D.
A lot.
Co.
Yeah. We have a D&D. I forgot to say.
Oh,
D&D.
okay. Because
Yeah.
I knew you had D&D.
Yeah,
That's
I don't
why
know
I'm
why I
bringing it
forgot.
up.
Poor D&D, I forgot it.
Here's a great example of D&D. Shield is up, ball is on the left side.
Yeah.
If it's not hitting that ramp,
Yeah.
it's a missed opportunity because that's such a perfect time to trap up and hit that shot to light your mode. And if
Yeah.
it's not hitting it perfectly, there's nothing more frustrating as a pinball player.
I
than
agree.
when it's not
I will
dialed in.
say this though, there's a little bit of an engineering issue there because no matter how much we tweak this D&D, it will hit one or the other.
Really?
It will hit the left or the right.
So there you go. Look at Jamie bringing up something that's not.
Well, I mean,
Sorry.
and that could just be this particular one, but it will not hit both consistently. It drives me crazy.
So you'll hit the right, but then if you're
if you
you're
set
on
it
the
up to
right
hit the right,
side,
then it won't hit. The
it
left.
won't hit the left
Yeah,
orbit.
and if you set it up to hit the left, it won't hit the right. It's
That's frustrating.
I think that may just be this one. I don't know. And also,
Look at that, because it's so important, because when you trap up and use that shield and you
Yeah.
want to go for the gelatinous cube, it's
which is
important.
how it's set up here,
It's-
because that
yeah.
left shot for gelatinous
Okay.
cube is to me a little more. I like the right shot because it's the extra ball, but gelatinous cube, you can get a lot of points if you just spam that shot. So
D&D is a game, and I've talked about it a lot on the Pinball Roundtable, and I've talked about it a lot myself. That's a game I could see myself buying.
100%. D&D is the most played machine, a pinball machine. It is the highest earning machine in the arcade still. And it's been here, month and a half about? And each week, every week that it's been here, it's been the highest earning, except for the 1 week that it fell in second place when Elvira first showed up. But then it took Elvira over after that. So it earns well, and people come in because they can say their progress is saved. They just play.
I know. It is such a brilliant move of combining gaming and pinball that I think it's a game changer, and I think Stern's going to look at this down the road at different titles, especially like a Pokemon or whatever they could have, and say to themselves, we're on to something with Insider Connect and saving your progress.
I would like to see him do that with just about every machine to some extent. Excuse me.
It's hard because you have the different characters with Dungeons and Dragons, so it makes it totally sense. If you go through and the guy that gives you dragon letters, Angor or whatever the hell his name is, you can use him, and then you get him all the way up. Then you could use the Merlin person or whatever. You could,
Helena Weaveheart is who I've been leveling.
Oh, okay. I've been using the dragon guy.
She has longer shield time, so that's nice.
Yeah. What a game!
Yeah.
What a game!
I'm to like the last mission but I having a hard time beating it. It's whatever the
good. You don't want it to be that easy, right? I mean, you want it to be.
I know, but
it is. I'm sure it's got that $1 more feel.
Oh my God,
because I really want to get these achievements. And again, I've said this before. I am flat out addicted to Call of Duty right now.
I heard you and Kale.
Dude, I'm playing a ton of Call of Duty.
How fun is that?
It's a blast. All right. Yeah. Anyone wants to play Call of Duty, hit me up. And
I wish I'd be such a third wheel on that because I'm not good at Call of Duty.
Well, I'm not that good either.
What are you guys playing on PS5?
Well, he has a PS5. I have an Xbox.
But you can do
X.
crossplay.
Cross-platform on the Activision platform. Okay. So you download it. It's a pain in the ass. You set it up, and then we could join parties, and we just go kill people. And this is an absolute blast. But what they need to do, Stern, is look at what's so addicting at Call of Duty, right? It's leveling up your character and leveling up your guns and leveling up and then prestiging. And prestiging is wicked fun to get a character all the way up and then dump them all the way back down. And then you get extra bonus things that you could do. And they're ready for it right now at Dungeons and Dragons.
Double down on what they're doing with Dungeons and Dragons.
Yeah.
More complexity, deeper, more weapons, more armor, more options with parties and groups and leveling up. More. And people will buy it because not only do you have this huge community that's outside of pinball that are coming in now and playing it that I'm seeing in arcades, but you've got these inside gamers that move to pinball that go, oh my God, what a perfect storm of a machine. It really is. It's brilliant. And it's fun. I like it a lot. I play Godzilla the most still. Even though I've had that game forever, but that's just because I'm obsessed with Godzilla. But D&D is probably the one I play second most in the arcade.
I'm obsessed with Evil Dead.
Are you? I've only played one round on.
I'm obsessed
Evil
with
Dead.
it.
Yeah, I really liked it. Spooky.
I've never watched the movies, and I'm just going to go watch them just so I can figure out the modes, just so I can understand what the modes are.
It's definitely worth watching. They're classics. 1 and 2 are like the same movie. Which is kind of a weird thing. They had money and they wanted to revisit it with a better budget. So it's like, wait, this isn't a sequel. They're just kind of redoing this first movie.
I get around to it, it'll be some time. But
I want to push back on something you and Ralph and Kale mentioned on the roundtable.
We can end in this. Let's do this.
Godzilla and Kong linking together is a good idea.
It can't happen, dude.
Yes, it can. No, okay, you got to hear me. Okay.
All right.
NBA Fast Break linked together. Have you played it?
Yes.
Okay, it is wildly fun. So we know you can take a FireWire cable, an Ethernet cable, connect the two machines together. That's not the problem, right? So it's totally doable. Okay,
2 games with the same code.
right, but you can code in. Oh, and they can drop code updates on either machine.
You're asking a code
Yeah.
team that is
Yeah,
greatly
Kong
depleted.
versus Godzilla. Battle it out. If you have those two machines linked together, and one person is playing as Kong, one person is playing as Godzilla, it would be great from an operator standpoint because you have people playing both machines. You have a potential to sell. People that own Godzilla would want to buy Kong. People that own Kong would want to buy Godzilla. And I think it's a good idea. I know that it's a big ask. I know that the coding and all that, and maybe even the licensing, that's probably the bigger, like, can you do Kong?
I
versus
think their
Godzilla?
problem is they've put in the sand, not in the sand. They've put this down
Okay.
that we're not charging DLC,
Right.
right?
And
so
they
if
don't.
and they don't,
Yeah.
which I think they should. Okay.
Oh, God.
Here's a perfect example. All right. Charge me $100 to connect my 2 machines, and you'll sell a ton of them.
Do we want to open up that rabbit hole of something that people in the gaming industry for years have rallied against?
Oh, but yeah, but in the gaming industry, we're so used to it now. It's thank you, sir. Can I have another? I mean, we are just it is no.
What
problem for
happens
us.
when they go the way of the mobile games and you can't complete a certain mode without spending $100? And it
Then
gets
they'll
worse
make
and
more
worse.
money.
I know, but do we want that as a consumer?
Oh yeah,
I don't.
do because I'll spend $100 to get a stupid skin because I'm an idiot. But no, I won't. Actually, I try to earn the skin. That's the key. I try to earn it. But
And as an operator, am I going to feel obligated to buy these because my patrons are like, "Oh, we really want to, get this character unlocked."
yeah,
drop
well,
that
when they're
$100?
throwing quarters in Kong and
Wow. Oh man, I don't know about this.
you don't know.
Okay, Stern, if you could just for free code in
Nah, I
Kong
think they
versus
need-
Godzilla,
Why would they do that if they could get
because
$100?
they love us as their consumer.
I love them,
base.
and I love them too. I've gotten to know a bunch of these people, and they're lovely, but it just doesn't make any sense to me of why they would not charge.
I think that's something that Keith Elwin is a fan of pinball and probably enjoys NBA Fast Break potentially. I don't know. That's just something that his mind might go, oh, this would be pretty neat. I could see him just doing it because he likes it. Just like the 8-bit mode in Jaws. Like, why do they do that? They didn't have to do that. That's
No,
a
they
heck of
did
a
it because
lot
it's
of-
BA, and I understand that. What I'm just saying is there's such a lack of coding talent
yeah.
out there right now. And I'm just
It's a
saying
big
this
ask.
as a recruiter, okay, as
Yeah.
someone who understands marketplace,
Yeah.
that they're so behind on some of those titles. Like, if I'm a John Wick owner, and if I'm an Uncanny X-Men owner, are you pissed off this morning that Kong just released a brand
Code
new
update.
code update?
I saw that. It looked like a lot of stuff, too.
If I own an Uncanny, I'm not happy this
I
morning.
know. Yeah. What's that all about?
I don't know.
Yeah.
It's
And especially Uncanny X-Men. X-Men shoots so well. It just needs that code.
it's dying for it. It needs
It
it.
needs it. It's
It
a
need-
really. I like X-Men a lot. The way it shoots. I like the way X-Men shoots over John Wick personally.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah. I mean, both are fine, but X-Men is really interesting. But yeah, it needs that code update.
Yeah, they
I
have
don't
to
think
do
I'd
it.
buy one without it at this point.
Right, but all of a sudden, then they link Kong and Godzilla, and there's no code update to Uncanny X-Men.
Yeah.
You're gonna
Yeah.
get-
Yeah.
the
Hey,
Pinside's
but they'll
gonna
sell
go
a heck of a
bananas.
lot of Kong and Godzillas.
Pinside's going to lose their absolute mind. So.
Yeah.
Well, Co, thank you for another great edition. I don't know when I'm going to put this up. When do you think?
Couple weeks.
Yeah, I'll put it up in a couple of weeks. Know that we recorded on May 15th.
Yep.
And but by then, by the time this comes out, Harry Potter will be out. We might
Oh,
even
wow.
have more information on Predator. Is
Oh,
what I'm
see,
hearing.
we didn't talk about, but yeah, I don't
That's
know if
okay.
Yeah,
That's okay.
next time.
Next time. This is
That's a dream theme. I don't want to get into it.
Oh,
Yeah.
you want a Predator? Huh?
Oh my God, do I want a Predator? I mean, I adore that movie, but
Yeah.
I adore Alien and Aliens, but that machine doesn't shoot that well. I own one. I own an Alien Ripley edition. Theme integration like you wouldn't believe.
Unbelievable theme integration.
Sound package, art, everything about it is literally brilliant. Build quality. It just has one major problem. It doesn't shoot very well.
No,
Yeah.
we had it in. We had a highway
Yeah.
at the wormhole, and we could never get the mech that grabs the ball to work.
Yeah, mine does. They
And
you
yours,
know,
they fixed
ironed
that.
out. Yeah, they fixed
they
it.
ironed
It's
that.
not bad. It shoots better than some other like new machines.
Yeah,
But it's but does it shoot anywhere compared to like just about any Stern that comes out or no?
That's
There's
the
no
rub,
there's no
right?
flow. I can't dial in those dang ramp shots for the life of me.
so why do you have it there? Get it.
Because I have a whole room, Jamie, dedicated to aliens in the back room. That has murals all over the wall and has a
I mean-
xenomorph in the ceiling. And
Well, you're vested.
Yeah,
I mean,
I'm
now
invested.
this is not going
yeah,
anywhere.
they're not going.
It's not
anywhere.
going anywhere.
Yeah, even though it breaks all the time.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Well,
Yeah.
by then we will know if Predator, what people think about Predator, and
And will I buy one?
well, we'll see. If it doesn't have Arnold, you're not buying one.
No, it's got to have all the. It's Dylan. It's got to have the
Has
whole
to
thing.
get to the chopper, all that
Yeah,
shit.
all
It has
that.
to
If it
have
doesn't
it.
have that, it's a no buy. If it
It's a
does
no
have
buy.
that,
It's
and
a
it
no
shoots marginally well, I will have no choice but to buy it.
There's another movie that I haven't seen in 20 years.
Predator? Oh my
Yeah.
God! You got to rewatch Predator in 4K.
I know. In 4K, right?
Yeah,
The
yeah.
surround on it.
With
I
surround
need-
sound, it's
Yeah.
epic.
God, Arnold's the best.
The best.
All right, my friend. Thank you
All
so
right.
much. Where can people find the Quarter Drop Arcade?
Quarter Drop Arcade, Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, Twitch. QuarterDropArcade.com.
That's easy. And the JBS show on YouTube. Do me a favor. Click that like and subscribe and all that
Yes.
crap so we can
Please.
build the channel back up. We need this.
Yeah.
Even for Co, he needs it. Okay?
We all do.
Click subscribe. It means something to us. We got to have it, or why are we doing this? So thank you so much. I appreciate it.
Yeah.
Thank you, Co. Appreciate you as
Thank you,
always.
Jamie. Likewise.
Talk to you soon.